Those of you who know me know that that one of the things I never ever struggle with is words. Can I tell you that's not the case today? I'm standing before you today to give you some news of an update on my personal situation. So, as you know, the church is going through a major reorganization. It's currently got around 43 areas of churches that are called presbyteries. It's going to reduce that down to about 10. And it was the case that across these 43 areas, they were all run by part-time people who were in charge of doing things like mission development, strategy, pretty much, as David referenced, all the things that we had already done or are doing here. But they're going from having kind of 43 part-timers to 10 full-timers. And you can probably guess where I'm going with this announcement. So it's not a kind of role that I would ever have considered being involved in until someone said, you need to read what that role is about. And the role said you would be responsible for about 50 congregations, helping them develop their mission, their strategy, helping them with their governance, all of these different types of things, all the things that we have done and built a really good community here. And so I was encouraged to apply for the role, and I have got one of the roles. So I'm going to be appointed by the National Church of Scotland as Presbytery Clerk for Lothian and the Borders, and will be responsible for all churches south of Edinburgh right down to the borders. The time frame is a wee bit tight. It means that my last Sunday with you will be the last Sunday in September. And then I will be using a couple of weeks holiday. It doesn't come with a manse. So for the first time in life, we're having to go find a house. But we want to find a house. We still, this is the hardest announcement I think I've ever had to make. Paul and I love Granton. We've been here for 17 years, and potentially we thought for a time we'd be here for maybe 17 years more until we retired and got a plaque on the back of the wall like the other good ministers. Whereas you'll have to settle for a photo in the vestry, I think, at this point. But we're trying to find a house, and that still keeps us relatively close. Part of the rules of the job is that you have to live in the area in which you're serving. So we're not allowed to stay here. We have to go and stay south of Edinburgh, but we are looking just south of Edinburgh. There will be time to mourn, and we'll both be doing that. And there will be time to laugh and to cry and to celebrate and all of that as well. This has come, and some of you know this has come at the most horrendous times personally for us as a family. You'll have seen the word, the Sales family there. Patricia, my mother-in-law, passed away last Tuesday. And so we lost her. And then on Wednesday morning, I got a phone call from home saying my own mum had been diagnosed with terminal cancer. So for the next week or two, I won't be around. The presbytery are giving me compassionate leave to go and see mum and go and say goodbye to mum because she hasn't got a long duration. But as I say, the stressor things, moving house, dealing with death, all of these things. Can I assure you that the other stressor is divorce, but Pauline and I are perfectly fine. Nothing is going on there. So your prayers will be most welcome. One of the things this does is it clarifies our relationship from minister and congregation to just friends. So we're going to be just friends. And there is an open, Pauline may kill me for saying this, but there will be an open invitation to wherever we get a house. We're trying to get a house just now around Lone Head, which will be very convenient for Straighton. So we might be able to collect your furniture from IKEA for you and hold it in the garage. As I say, this is not an easy announcement either for me to make or for you to hear. I know whatever else you hear in the coming weeks and months, can I just tell you, the Congregation of Granton is continuing. In the presbytery plan that is happening, it's what happens to ministers that's changing. It is not what happens to churches. So the person you're sitting beside this week is the person you're going to be sitting beside next week and next year, unless we get new people, which we hopefully continue and will do. And also for the folks on Zoom, all of the Zoom ministry continues. I'm very grateful to David for stepping in this week. David's on half time, and he's going to have to remain on half time. So that means you guys are going to step up. and have a kind of much bigger role in this. But you are under David's leadership, you're under Dan's leadership, and the fact that Session Clerk, and the fact that we could do everything that we're doing. And there's some really exciting stuff in the offing. Pauline's got a fantastic project about the gardens that's going to happen. Session have looked at that, and that's going to happen. We're talking about something called a Festival of Joy in November. And there's a whole pile of stuff that will continue to happen within the church. And if I'm not preaching somewhere else, I might join you on Zoom and be part of that. But this was something I just had to pass on the news to you today, because it's going to go public in the Southern Presbyteries where this is going to happen. And I care about you too much to want to let you hear it secondhand. I wanted you to hear it firsthand. So, so having said that, you now need to find your voice. And we're going to sing the last hymn. And I'm not going to say the blessing because I'm probably going to burst into tears, and David will do that.